It's not the failure you're scared of. It's what failure says about who you are. And that fear isn't some character flaw. It's not weakness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's a wiring problem in your brain's threat detection system. Right now, somewhere behind your eyes, your amygdala is treating a risky career move the exact same way it would treat a predator jumping out of the bushes. Same alarm, same chemicals, same shutdown response. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact loop keeping you stuck, and more importantly, how you break it. Here's the part most people don't get. Your amygdala can't tell the difference between a bear attack and a risky business pitch. Both register as a threat, and both trigger the same fight-or-flight chemical dump, cortisol and adrenaline flooding your system in milliseconds. That happens before you've consciously decided anything. So the rational decision you think you're making, the one where you talk yourself out of the pitch, or the raise, or the leap, that decision already got made emotionally, way before your logic showed up to write the excuse. And it goes deeper than money or embarrassment. What you're actually protecting is your self-concept. The story you've built about who you are and what you're capable of. Psychologists call this identity homeostasis, your brain's drive to keep your self-image stable no matter what, even when that stability keeps you broke or stuck or bored out of your mind. Every time you avoid the risk, your brain pays you for it. Relief floods in, dopamine drops, and that relief becomes the exact neural pathway you keep walking down again and again. This is why willpower alone never fixes this. You're not fighting logic here. You're fighting a loop that's been reinforced hundreds of times. So what does that loop actually look like day to day? It looks like staying in the same job for 4 years past the point you stopped growing. It looks like the business plan sitting in your notes app, untouched, and the raise conversation you keep rehearsing but never having. All of it protecting the same internal identity. Psychologists sometimes call the hidden targets behind this anti-goals, the things you're unconsciously optimizing for instead of success. Avoiding embarrassment, avoiding conflict, avoiding any chance of being seen as a failure in front of people who matter to you. Here's the irony though, playing it safe isn't actually free. It has a cost. It's just slower and quieter, so you don't notice it building. 6 years pass, and the job's the same, the bank account's the same, the excuses are the same. So ask yourself honestly, what does your life look like in 6 years if this exact pattern just keeps running? Same fear, same avoidance, same identity protecting itself from a risk that might have changed everything. Real change here doesn't come from a motivational push. It comes from a deliberate identity reset, proving to your own brain through actual evidence that a new story is safe to live in. So how do you actually do that? You don't start by adding more courage. That's backwards. You start with strategic subtraction, removing your exposure to judgment first, taking small risks that nobody's watching. Your brain doesn't update its threat model from information from reading another article or watching another video. It updates through repeated proof. Small controlled failures, ones you survive, retrain the amygdala faster than any pep talk ever could. This is also where strategic disappearance comes in. Stepping outside your usual circle for a while, so your identity reset doesn't get sabotaged by people who only know the old version of you. Every small failure you survive without falling apart teaches your nervous system one specific thing. Failure isn't lethal. And each time that lesson lands, your baseline fear response drops a little lower. Fear of failure was never a character flaw. It's an unresolved identity conflict, running on autopilot, making decisions before you're even in the room, and just knowing that won't rewire it. Awareness alone changes nothing without structure behind it. If you're done watching 6 years disappear on the same loop, that's the work we do inside coaching, rebuilding the identity underneath the fear. Because the fear doesn't expire on its own. It just waits for year 7,